Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome to this video, and today we're going to be doing a mock draft. Now, I've watched a few mock drafts so far, and with every person I watched, I noticed everyone's kind of doing the same thing. They're just going right through the draft, and they're going player by player and just giving a brief speech about the player, whether they like them, whether they don't. But they don't really go over anything else. And I'm going to be a little bit different in that regard. And we're going to start right now in what I mean. And so basically, the very first thing you should be doing in any draft every single year is you want to pick out players you like and players you don't like. So, and you kind of want to do position by position, but for this video, I'm just going to look at every player at every position all at once. So, let's see. For me, I really don't like the second round. Okay? I personally would love, in my real league draft, I would love to get like the 8th, ninth, or 10th pick so I could get like a Trey Young and a Devin Booker mixed together or something like that. Like that would be like my number one best case scenario. But in this draft, which is starting in 10 seconds, I have the 4th overall pick. So, or maybe the 3rd. What do I have? I have the 3rd overall pick. Now, ESPN, these rankings, they pretty much suck for each category leagues. Let's see, and we're gonna enter it. Like, I personally really don't like them. The Greek Freak number 1 overall, no thank you. Jokic number 2 overall, seriously no thank you. Harden should be 1st overall, even with all the things that are going on in Houston. He's still the best player as of right now. Even if he goes to any team but Brooklyn, he's going to be the number 1 player this year. And Anthony Davis is going to be the number 2 player overall this year, and I don't know why he's number 6. I personally would prefer to have Luka over Anthony Davis this year, just because he gives you so much variety in terms of where you can put him, what position you can put him, and but yeah, I'm getting way off topic here. So basically, before your draft, you wanna prep. You want to look at the entire draft, right? You want to look at this entire draft, see who you like, see who you don't like, okay? Now, position by position, now let's look at these point guards, okay? So you have Luka, Harden, Lillard, Curry, and probably Young, all first-round picks. After that, the point guard position, it kind of sinks a little bit. I personally, for a number 1 point guard, I want a first-round point guard. I want someone who can give me a lot of everything at that position. And I would much rather have like Gilchrist Alexander. I'd feel so much better drafting him the 3rd or 4th round as my number 2 instead of my number 1. Even though I think he's going to have a great year, I'd much rather have a number 1 just in case he doesn't have a great year. And then there's a bunch of question marks. Like Kyrie, he always gets hurt. Like if you look at the games played right now, 60 games he's projected, which is probably not going to happen either. Drew Holiday, I'm just skeptical of. He's on a new team in Milwaukee. I don't know what he's going to bring to the table in that regard. So we keep going down. You have Ja Morant, who could have a big year, D'Angelo Russell, but still I would prefer number 2 as my number 2 point guard. CP3, he's pretty old. I don't want to touch him. Kyle Lowry, I just never liked him for fantasy. Same thing with Van Vliet. De'Aaron Fox and Brogdon, I would gladly take either one of them as well. But for me personally, that kind of rounds out the point guards for me. I don't want John Wall. I don't want to touch him. Schroeder's very overrated this year. Devontae Graham is going to be question marks when LaMelo decides to step
Welcome to the
in.
best day of the year. Draft day.
Draft day. when LaMelo steps in, who knows who's going to be affected. Oh, this guy took Luka first overall. That was my plan. It's okay. Maybe I'll take Harden number 2 overall. But yeah, then the rest of these guys, like maybe Sexton you'd be interested in. Sexton, Derrick Rose maybe. Someone off the top of my head, because I was just talking about it, is Garland. I'm pretty sure he's a 2 though. Oh no, Darius Garland, here he is. So, let's see. 2 guards, I really don't like 2 guards. I mean, I like Donovan Mitchell. He gives me a little bit of everything, but I could get the same amount of production from Donovan Mitchell that I can get from Zach LaVine, and Zach LaVine's going almost 2 rounds later. And also, I could just pick up Brogdon, who is just a point guard. All right, I'm going to make a selection here, which unfortunately I am going to take Harden. I was hoping it was Luka. It'd be a little bit different, but I'm going to take Harden here, and I want to make it my point guard, but I don't think I can. So I'm going to take Harden, but I'm going to go back into what I was talking about. So for me, I feel like the small forward position is the deepest this year. So I feel like I could wait on this position. So no, I don't want LeBron James. No, I don't want to take a chance on Kevin Durant, even though he's freaking awesome when he's healthy. Jason Tatum, I still am kind of confused why he's this high. Jimmy Butler is more of like a 2 over a 3. Kawhi Leonard sits too much. Paul George, like what's going on with him in LA? Like a lot of question marks here. Brandon Ingram, when Zion plays, his numbers dip significantly to the point where I wouldn't want to draft him in the 3rd round. I just don't like Tobias Harris. Being a Sixers fan, no thank you. So I'm actually going all the way down here. Now, between rounds 5 and 6, is where I really like, well, even round 7 is where I feel like you could get really good value. And for me personally, I like having Oubre. I like having the choices of getting Oubre, who kind of went up actually, Gordon Hayward, Covington, and Michael Porter Jr. I think there was someone else here too. Where's Brogdon? Maybe he went up. I think these just updated without me knowing, actually. Like, I think this is going to be the first time I did a mock draft with these rankings. Because I thought Oubre and Hayward were closer to Michael Porter Jr. And I know health is a huge concern with Michael Porter Jr., but I'm willing to take the chance on, if I'm willing to take a chance on someone, it's him. Oh yeah, and then you also have Andrew Wiggins down here who could play the 3. And I know he kind of sucks, but he's going to be on a fast-paced Golden State Warriors team where he's going to be starting. Last year was a weird year for him, but this year, Steph Curry comes back. He's going to get a lot of playing time. I think it's going to be a very productive offensive season for Wiggins. So I'm willing to take like 4 or 5 different guys and be perfectly happy to slot them in at my number 1 small forward position. All right, I want to get back into this draft. Okay, Steph Curry went in the 2nd round. Okay, that's interesting. This is going to be a really weird draft. All right, so I took my point guard /2, whatever you want to call him. I took my guard. I took my number 1 guard. That's my goal for my 1st round. Even though I have to give up a little bit of value by not taking Anthony Davis, I'm willing, and that is not the case, by the way, but if that would be the case, I'm still okay with it because I feel like there's really good value in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rounds for big guys. And that's where I'm going to be targeting my big men, not the 1st round. Let's see. And if Embiid's there in the 2nd round, I might have to take him. But right now, I have no problem taking like a DeAndre Ayton because he was the 1st overall draft pick, and he's still young, he's still improving, and now he has a really good pick and roll point guard in Chris Paul to play with. So the sky's really going to be the limit for Ayton this year. So yeah, you have Ayton. I like Vukovic. I've had him so many times on my team that I probably wouldn't want to take him again, even though he's so reliable. I would just want to change it up. And then you have Bam as well. All good players. Now, I do have Siakam, who would be a really good power forward to pick up right here. And then I could come back and pick up one of these centers. Oh, wow. Gilchrist went up to 19. Yeah, these rankings definitely changed on me. I wasn't ready for this, guys. I apologize for that. But I don't want Siakam either. I don't want to watch the Raptors.
Quick, make your pick.
But in this case, I gotta take him. He gives you a little bit of everything, and I can't pass that up. Let's see. Going to him, he 47% from the floor, 79% from free throw line, gives you almost 2 threes a game, 8 rebounds, 3.5 assists, a block and a steal. So he's a 1-1-1 guy. At least 1 3 steal and block, which are extremely rare. And then he gives you 25 points. I mean, I can't argue. I don't mind that pickup, not at all. Really sucks Gilchrist Alexander's going so high now. He might be worth it, but he might not. Who knows? I personally wouldn't draft him inside the first 2 rounds. So at this point, I'm guaranteed one of the centers I was talking about. And now I have Harden, I have Siakam. Now the thing with those guys is Harden's going to make my rebounding better because he gets like 7 a game. So he's going to beat most of the shooting guards I have. Siakam, not so much. But they both give me assists. So why not match up those 2 guys with a guy who might not have a lot of points in Bam, but good field goal percentage, which will boost up Harden's field goal percentage. And Siakam's was at 77 or 47.
Quick,
so
make your
good.
pick.
I gotta make my pick. So yeah, I'm gonna take him. And all of a sudden, I have 2 bigs that are almost 1-1-1 guys. So Siakam is a 1-1-1 guy. And Bam. Okay, so he doesn't shoot any threes. I didn't know if he did or not. I just want to check. But he's still going to give me a block and a steal every game. And I would like to see more points out of him, but he's going to give me good assists, so I'm okay with that right now. Good percentages as well is really going to help boost up the overall field goal percentage because Harden's going to really put it down. And that's Harden's biggest weakness. So now I'm looking at my 38th pick and 43rd pick. Now at this point, Nurkic went up too. So he's away from his team. He's returned to Bosnia, attending. Okay, so probably I would imagine it's COVID related. Maybe a family member got it, unfortunately. All right, but right now I'm really liking my team. It's a well-balanced team. I got good percentages outside of Harden's field goal percentage. I'm going to get a fair amount of threes because Siakam will hit a 3 for me and Harden shoots a 3 ball like no one else in the league. And then they all give me good rebounds. They all support each other in rebounds and assists. And then good amount of steals as well. Harden can get you some steals. Actually, he gets you some blocks too. So overall, excuse me, if your draft starts like this, you're doing a pretty damn good job. You're very well balanced and very high in each category. Outside of turnovers, Harden's gonna get you a lot of turnovers, but that's okay. And points will probably be at average to above average. So did I just talk about all of them? Threes, rebounds, assists. Yeah, and you're gonna be killing it with assists. Like your big guys, Bam's gonna get you 4, Siakam's gonna get you 3.5. That's really good to have 2 big guys who gets assists like that. Like your team's gonna be looking pretty good right there. Let's see, what does Nurkic do? Because I am leaning towards Nurkic. Again, if I take a player in the 4th round, like I said earlier, rounds 2 and 3 I want big guys, but also round 4 is also another good time to pick a big guy. And the 2 big guys, 3 big guys, I would focus on trying to grab. Now, I could even wait on them, but the 3 guys I would really like right now, Nurkic, Sabonis, and John Collins. I'll take any of the 3. But let's just see if all 3 are there, at pick 38, let's see, who is this? Santiago. Let me see if he has any bigs. I know he's on auto, but I would still look. So technically he has 1 big. And then who's this guy? Team Ryan. Team Ryan has Drummond for a big, so he's definitely going to be taking a big. I would imagine he's going to be looking for a power forward to fill out his roster a little bit. So I have a decision to make, and quite honestly, I do like D'Angelo Russell this year. I would not mind taking him here. Now I have him, De'Aaron Fox, and Zach LaVine. So now I could go one of two ways here. I could either go with my big guy and take Nurkic, Sabonis, or John Collins, because I like all three of them, or I can go, okay, Russell went. Russell went, so then it would be Fox or Zach LaVine. So let me look at these stats. Like, Fox shoots a lot of free throws, and he's only 74%, which I don't like. Good threes, good rebounds for a point guard, good steals, all around a good player. Looks like a good player. But for right now, I think the only thing I say about Sabonis is he doesn't give you defensive categories. And Nurkic does, and he gives you a ton of rebounds. So he doesn't give you the most amount of points, but I do think I'm going to take Nurkic right here and hope Fox stays on the board. And if Fox doesn't stay on the board, I still have Zach LaVine to follow up on. And Fox is on the board, and so is John Collins. And so is Sabonis. Oh, my. Okay. So now, where do I want to go here? I was thinking I want Fox, and I probably should take him, even though I have Harden. Because after this pick, after Brogdon, the point guards go significantly down. So I would definitely take Fox here or Brogdon. Let me look to make sure. Because I do like this free throw percentage.
Quick, make your pick!
All right. So I'm definitely going to take De'Aaron Fox because he gives 1.6 steals, and that's kind of the difference maker. I can live with the 74% from the free throw line because I have James Harden, because I have Siakam and Abadeo. So I do need to boost up my free throw percentage a bit, though. I definitely do want to get someone who's going to help me boost that up to complement Harden. I wish I could see these stats without having to go to show drafted players, but let's see. I'm going to do it anyway. So Siakam is at 79%. So, okay. So he's still a good free throw shooter and at 6.1 shots a game. I like that. I don't mind 79 at all. So he does help Harden, especially as a big. Let's see. Bam is 473, but he shoots 5 a game. It's not bad, but Harden and Siakam should be able to boost that up a bit. And then we have Nurkic as well, which I want to check out, which is 74%. So right now, not the worst. All good players. All players should be able to complement Harden in that regard. Let's see. Now this is what I was talking about earlier. So now I have my bigs. I have my guards. I could use one more guard. If one falls to me, awesome. If not, it's okay too. Like, I would love to pick up Brogdon. He'd probably be my number one target, so I could round out my guards at the 58 pick. But I doubt he'll be there. So I really don't want to take a chance on Devontae Graham. This might be where I go ahead and take that small forward I was talking about in the 6th round, or maybe 7th round. We're getting so many auto drafts, which kind of really sucks because I'd rather have a better scenarios for a mock draft. Let's see. So the small forwards I'm going to be looking at are, I mean, if you're someone who feels good about Gordon Hayward, by all means, if he's there at 58, I would take him. If I don't feel like I would take him, I don't feel good about him this year. But the two people I actually feel really good about are Michael Porter Jr., who's ranked 78th overall, so I'll probably be taking him at 63. And I also feel really good about Andrew Wiggins. That's just my personal preference. And also Hachimura, that's a pretty good small forward right here, and he's at 110. RJ Barrett as well. He's only 20 years old. He's gonna get better. All right, let me get ready for this pick because I need to see who's here. Now, I would love for Brogdon to fall. Oh, and if Covington falls, oh, that's going to be autoed. So I don't think he'll be here either. Yeah, I really don't like any of these players outside of Covington. I would take Covington if he stays here. I wouldn't mind that. He's one of those 1-1-1 players. He's going to give me a lot of threes, steals, and blocks. Good amount of rebounds as well. And he might even do better than his stats suggest, considering he's going to Portland now. We'll see how that matches up. But yeah, if you're comfortable taking John Wall in this situation for your third guard, by all means, I wouldn't. Oh, John Wall is gone. Never mind. All right, so I really don't like any of these players in these positions. I really don't. So I think maybe I do take my Michael Porter Jr. right now and see what happens with the rest of these picks. See who falls, see who doesn't. Now, I like Buddy Hield for threes, and he would complement James Harden really well with that. Now, the only problem is I don't know what's going on in Sacramento and Buddy Hield right now. I really have no idea. But what I do know is I am hurting for threes. Let me come back up here and let's take a look at threes. We have Devontae Graham could shoot some threes. Lonzo Ball can shoot threes all of a sudden. All right. Just looking at players who shoot threes, and honestly, even if Buddy Hield got traded, it would probably only be for a better situation.
Quick, make your pick.
So that's why I'm going to take Buddy Hield here. So that way I will boost up my threes. Now I have two very lethal three-point shooters. And I'm pretty sure Buddy Hield will help in free throw percentage, and it'll get you some rebound. He'll add he'll sprinkle in the rebounds and assist categories, get you a decent amount of points. Oh, I passed over Lou Williams too. I would have liked him for the free throws, but again, I don't know what's happening with him either because I don't see him being in LA all season this year. All right, so my next pick is going to be 78. And I got to take a look at some of these guys here. Definitely like DeJounte Murray. I'm going to queue up Fultz because I'm not saying I'm going to take him, but for a third overall point guard, I don't mind that. I like Wiggins. Now, Jaren Jackson's falling a bit because he's out. He's probably going to be out till about January. Let me see. Executive. So he's not going to be ready for the regular season when it begins. He tore his meniscus in late August. He doesn't have a timetable. But these are the rounds right now where you are okay with gambling, and even if the risk doesn't pan out for you, it's still going to be worth at least trying. And I'm not saying every single pick, but I don't like any of these players. I might as well try and take a gamble on someone who might pay off in a big way. And that could be Jaren Jackson when he comes back because his percentages are good, but he does something really weird. And he's also a very young player on a team where they only have Ja Morant. So he gives you a lot of threes, and he gives you a lot of blocks, and a solid amount of points, but only decent rebounds. That's pretty crazy. And he almost gives you a steal a game. That's pretty crazy. That's value right there. That is your definition of a value pick at this point of the draft. Now, I personally like Markkanen, but that's because I had him the year he went off. I know he didn't have the best year last year. I like Hachimura. I also like Thomas Bryant. Let me see. DeMarcus. Oh, no. Yeah, I like PJ Washington too. I like DeMarcus Cousins. I'd probably pass on. Maybe I wouldn't pass on Derrick Rose. Bagley's young and he can have a blow-up season. Oh, it's on me. So let's come back up here. There's some pretty decent players I could pick from right here. I wouldn't mind having Oladipo on my team. I really wouldn't, especially if he's going to give me 5 and 4 with that amount of steals. And if he could give me 2 threes a game, I don't really care about the field goal percentage so much because I'm not trying to win that. Let's see. Oh, well, he just got taken. It's like an ongoing theme. All right, but DeJounte Murray might have to be my pick here. And if I do take him, it's completely on upside. Now, the only reason I'm not going to take him right now, other than it's all auto picks, I would take Jaren Jackson first. Wouldn't I? Yeah.
Quick, make your pick.
I would take Jaren Jackson right now in a real draft because even though he's going to be on my R slot, he could come back in a big way and help you significantly once he gets healthy in categories that you want to boost, have a nice boost in. All right, so of the players I have queued up right now, and there's not many things going on, I do like DeJounte Murray. Now, do I like him over Fultz? That's the question. Who do I like more? Do I think Fultz is going to shoot 48% from the field? No. He can, but I don't think so. He can
Quick, make your pick.
very well do it, though. I'm going to take DeJounte Murray. I actually just made a video, and he is part of it, on why he might have a big year. And he's just been improving every year. And he tore his ACL in his third year. And then he came back last year and even put up better stats than he did in each of his first 2 seasons. So I just keep seeing improvements from him. And so from the 9th round, he can easily be a top 70 player this year. As long as even if he just improves a little bit. And he should. He's going to be starting this year. The backups behind him aren't that great. So I don't see why not. Now, Andrew Wiggins is still on the board here, and that's very interesting to me. Now, I only have, I don't think he's going to last that long, but if he does, I'm probably going to take him because I only have the one small forward, and I do want to pick up a second one. Now, right now, I'm going to start.
Guess they have their eye on him, too.
Wiggins is gone. That's fine. So I could take Hachimura. I can take Bogdanovic, who had a really good year last season. Why is Bogdan all the way down here? That's what I don't understand. He was part of one of the players I really liked. Did I miss something? Because if he gets 29 minutes a game, at how fast the Hawks play, let's see. Yeah, there's no news on him. And he's likely to start at shooting guard for the revamped Hawks. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to go that route. He's going to boost up my threes. No, I lost him. Where'd he go? Okay, he's 125. He's going to boost up my threes, give me a little bit of rebounds and assists, good percentages, at least good free throw percentage. Like, he's not going to kill me.
Guess they have their eye on him, too.
That's fine. And Bogdanovic. Yeah, he'll give me a steal a game. I like that. Now, at this point in the draft, I'm trying to draft someone with high upside. I could take Anthony Davis, but I think those stats are probably going to be what he is this year. Unfortunately, I'm not that big into drafting rookies, and I do like Wiseman. I only do have 2 centers, so he'd probably be a really good third center to get. So what do I want to do here? Do I want to go Wiseman?
Make your pick.
I actually think I am going to go Wiseman after everything I just talked about. Well, crap. So I'm going to go Wiseman, and then I'm going to go Bogdanovic or Bagley, and I'm not sure which one yet. Let's see, we have Markkanen still sitting here as well, which will give me a good amount of rebounds and threes. Now, do I want to wait for 118 for Bagley? If I miss out on Bagley, I can still pick up Bogdanovic. And I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I just want to make sure I don't see someone that I missed out on. All right, so I'm going to take Markkanen here, especially now that Billy Donovan's the coach and Tibbs is gone. I do think we're going to go see more of the 18-8 guy that we saw a couple seasons ago over that 4th round selection you might have taken where he didn't live up to the hype, let's just say. All right, what's going on with DeMarcus Cousins? What's this day-to-day stuff we got here? His knee, it feels healthy. All right, so he missed all last season, which we knew. And okay, so basically he's just saying that he's in a good place right now. He'd be a great pickup for the.
Guess they have their eye on him too.
Like I just said, he'd be a great pickup, and he gets picked up. Oh man. Okay, so I personally think Bagley would be the best selection. I know he was injured last year, but he shows great promise. He was selected 2nd overall in his respective draft class, and he's going into his 3rd year. One of these years, he's going to make that jump. Do I gamble on this year? I think I do. I really do. Now, Thomas Bryant can be an interesting player to pick up as well. 13, 8, a block a game, a couple assists, and he might even give you a 3 every now and then on really good percentages for a center this late in the game. And this is why, okay, so going back to the beginning of the draft, I took my bigs early, okay? Now, I didn't take Ayton. I kind of let the rebounds go, and I picked up those assists because I like those assists. I can't really find any assists right now. But if you look at these numbers, you could get 7 rebounds from Hachimaru. You get 6 from Bridges. You get 8 from Bryant. You get 4 from Bridges. Go down, you get 7 from Nance. You could go down, and Bagley's at 8.4. So there's a lot of rebounds to be had in this area. You have Aaron Baines, who's starting for Toronto. Very good pickup if you can get him. He's actually someone I'm going to be targeting in my draft.
Guess they have their eye on him too.
Got taken. Thomas Bryant got taken, unfortunately.
Guess they have their eye on him too.
Barnes will likely be my 13th overall pick. But for now, I'm going high upside with Bagley. And we're going to go auto all the way over.
Guess they have their eye on him too.
I can't go Rose. How many point guards do I have? All right, I have 4 guards total. Now, it's something worth looking into. Do I want Barnes, who's going to be 12 and 8 guy, maybe a 3 here and there, a couple assists, good percentages? Or do I want Rose, who has better percentages? Can he still live up to that? But just his overall numbers aren't that great. Yeah, I'm going to go with Barnes. I'm going to solidify my centers because it's going to be easier to find guard play in waivers over.
Guess they have their eye on him too.
I wish I could mute him. But yeah, it's going to be easier to find guard play over center play in the waivers. Now, this draft class, it could have been a little bit better. I'm not going to lie. I didn't.
Guess they have their eye on him too.
Bogdan went. That's a good pickup too. I do like it. I don't mind. I like Harden for a point guard. I would like him for my number 1 point guard, even though he's slotted in at the 2. And then De'Aaron Fox for a point guard as well. He's going to complement Harden really well in all the categories, but free throws. Now, last year in the bubble, Michael Porter Jr., he lit it up. I don't think he's going to give the same numbers that he gave last year in the bubble, but if he could just show improvement, if he could just show improvement, we're going to be on the right track, and as long as he can stay healthy, I think we're going to see that improvement. So I think that's going to be a steal in this year's draft. Siakam, he's like one of those players where you kind of just like look at him and then move on. You know, you don't realize he helps you in all the categories that he actually helps you in. He's a 1-1-1 guy, which is very rare. So you like that for your 2nd round pick, who's going to give you a lot more than just a 1-1-1 guy. Then Bam, going to give you hell of a good amount of assists. He trails, I believe, only Jokic in the assist category among centers. So he's not going to give you the most amount of points, but Harden's going to give you a lot of points. Fox is going to give you a lot of points. Porter should give you a lot of points, and Siakam gives me a lot of points. So everyone else in my starting 5 is going to give me a lot of points. Along with, let's see, Buddy Hield should give me a fair amount of points. Jackson is more of an investment. I'm hoping he gives me more than where I drafted him, like more value than where I drafted him. And, 2.5 threes, 5 rebounds, which could be better. But then he could give you a couple, almost 2 blocks a game, along with good percentages and good points. I know he's going to be on the IR right off the rip, but when he comes back, you're probably going to appreciate that pick in the long run. Nurkic, he could be a 2010 guy in Portland. I can't even think of any other bigs that they have now that Whiteside's gone. DeJounte Murray's not going to give you a lot of points, unfortunately, or maybe he will. Maybe he improves. I don't know. But he's going to be just a well-rounded player. And that's kind of where I went with this draft. It was very well-rounded with every player I got. You got a little bit of everything out of every single player. James Wiseman, I think if you're going to go for any rookie this year to make a solid impact, it's going to be Wiseman, because Golden State, I know they like to play small ball in a sense. They like to run up and down the court. But where did I take him? Probably like the 10th round, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so I think I took him in around 10. If he could be a top 100 player for me, it's an okay pick. And he's going to give me rebounds, which is something I needed at that point in the draft. And he should give me some blocks too, right? So I don't mind that. And he gives good percentages. All my guys good percentages, at least good free throw percentages. And that all of them are going to complement Harden pretty well in that aspect. Now, the mock draft changed. This is the first time I did this one. So that kind of sucks, but in every other one I was doing, I was getting good free throw percentages throughout. So it kind of sucks it didn't work out that way. I was kind of hoping to have like a better overall team. But moving on to Mark Cannon, I like Mark Cannon because Tibbs is out, Billy Donovan's in. Billy Donovan likes to develop his young talent. He did it with OKC. I mean, you only have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now, but he's just known around the league as a very good developer. Speaking of development, Marvin Bagley he missed a lot of time last year, but in his career he's averaging 14-7, and he's only started 10 games, which is crazy. He's starting this year. If he stays healthy, I like him for a deep sleeper pick this year. And then round it out, I took Baines. He's good. He's in Toronto now. He's starting. Probably won't be bad to have him and blend it in with Siakam. They'll probably mesh very well together. I didn't think about that, but yeah, those two are going to blend in well together. The only unfortunate thing is I'm going to have to watch Raptors basketball if this is my lineup, and I don't want to watch Raptors basketball. But, I mean, whatever it takes to win, right, guys? All right, so this wraps up my first mock draft that I'm going to record. So I did the 3rd overall pick. Now, the next time I do another one, I plan on doing one more for you guys, and it's going to be the 8th, 9th, or 10th overall pick. Probably the 8th. I'll probably try and do the 8th so you guys can see how much of a change it can be from picking in the beginning of the draft compared to the end of the draft. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Don't forget to like it if you enjoyed it, and if you learned anything, more importantly, I hope you did. And please subscribe to my channel because I want to continue making more videos, and if I get subscribers, it's going to tell me like, hey, I'm doing something right, and I definitely want feedback from my viewers. Alright guys, have a good one.